Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Damsels in Debate podcast. I'm your host, Tina. And again, we do not have Vanessa this week, but I have a very special guest star with me this week, and that is my sister, Maria.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you very much for doing this, Maria. You've helped out a lot.
No problem.
And Maria is also a pretty big film buff, so she'll be able to keep up, I think, pretty well with me. So anyway, let's see. Maria's run into a bit of a string of bad luck, car-related lately, so we're hoping she pulls out of that.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars, that was a crappy segue. But anyway, the main movie we saw, we actually both saw this 2 weeks ago, I think. But since it's don't jump the gun. Since it's 4th of July weekend, we'll talk about our patriotic movie, which is White House Down, starring Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx. So now this movie, I think it's pretty safe to say, looked pretty cheesy. Yep. From the commercials. I was like...
And it looked exactly like that Olympus Has Fallen movie that had just come out.
Right. Now, did you see Olympus Has Fallen?
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't either. So in one way, that's kind of crappy because we don't have anything to compare the two. What did you think of this movie? Like, okay, because, in your head, it's like, okay, this is a cheesy action movie. And it turned out to be a cheesy action movie. But, like, was it better than you thought it was going to be? Or what did you think of it? Like, your expectations versus your actual review of it?
I thought it was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Obviously. I don't think Channing Tatum is the best actor in the world, even though he's on the bandwagon right now, so that's good.
Yeah, everybody is pretty much all about...
Yeah.
They want to... What is it? Channing all over your Tatum?
Exactly. Which is fine. But it was actually... I feel like it's on the same line as, like, Pineapple Express, because it's, like, so corny that it's, like, hilarious.
Yeah.
And it has, like, unexpected action that you're not, like, that's actually good. It's not, like, just people shooting people. So, yeah, it was a lot better than I thought.
Like, it's really preposterous and over the top, but it knows that it is. So
yeah, it works.
Yeah, there weren't too many parts where I cringed. I thought I was going to cringe a lot watching the movie, to be honest. And it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm sold with action comedy movies.
Yeah,
I'm pretty easy to please with that. But even still, just from seeing the commercials, I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. But no, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Now, one thing, this movie was rated PG-13, but there was definitely a lot of violence and a lot of people died, actually.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there was some cursing, but nothing too crazy. I think there was one F-bomb. But what did you think? Because there's the whole thing now with they're making all these movies PG-13 to get a bigger audience and to make more money. But you also sacrifice... any sex or any violence or gore and language. Now, what do you think about this movie being PG-13? Because, like, this is like a Die Hard movie, basically.
Yeah.
And Die Hard movies back in, like, the late 80s, early 90s, definitely rated R.
Yeah.
So what do you think it did the PG-13 well, though?
Yeah, because it's not like it didn't need... Like, I'm actually happy they didn't have a random sex scene that didn't need to be in the movie, which seems to be in every movie nowadays. So it's actually good that they didn't have that in there because, honestly, there's no place for it in the movie at all.
Right.
I mean, it's about a guy, like, trying to get his kid and save the president. Like, and I'm happy that they, like, did, like, a hint to a romantic thing, but not, like, it wasn't, like, oh, let's have this random kiss or something like that. Because that's always in movies nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. I forgot to bring that up. Yeah, between, well, obviously we're going to get into the details of the movie, so spoiler alert for White House Down now. But you've got Maggie Gyllenhaal. She's, the head of the Secret Service or whatever.
She's, like, right under the head or something.
Oh, yeah. She's high up, yeah. And she's the one who interviews Channing Tatum's character because he is, he wants to get a job with them. And they have a history. They went to school together or something like that.
They made it seem like they dated or something like
that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I liked how they didn't run into each other's arms at the end of the movie. It wasn't really needed.
Exactly. Because nowadays, every movie has to have some sort of love something in it, and it's like really, like the best was or the worst with that was Planet of the Apes. I found or whatever, the Return of the whatever,
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, because it's like Frida Pinto did not need to be in that movie at all.
Yeah.
And it just kind of was like, what? Like, why are you even doing this? There's no need for it. Like,
if
she wasn't in that movie, it would have not made a single difference to the plot of the movie. And so I'm glad that they did that in this movie. They didn't do it anyway.
Yeah, I agree, for sure. All the actors, there's quite a few actors that I recognize from other stuff in this movie, and I think everybody did a really good job. I'm really, really digging Jason Clarke, the guy who played the villain in the movie. Or, not James Woods, but the other villain.
The blue-eye guy?
Yeah. He's got kind of a weird mouth.
It reminds me of Paul Newman. I say it all the time.
It's
something about his face.
But I need to check out some of his other stuff, because I saw him in this, and then I saw him in Lawless.
Which I just watched for the first time.
Oh, well, we'll get into that in a minute. But he was really good. Like,
and
he's
Gatsby.
Got, that's right. He's in Great Gatsby.
That's what I was saying. This is like his year of movies.
Yeah. He's got a good presence, I think. I like him. So.
And he's also like a giant, so that helps.
Yeah.
And his eyes, of course.
Yeah, he was good in this movie. I really enjoyed him in there. Well, you know what else really made me think of, like, I don't know if have you seen Die Hard?
Yeah, remember we watched it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It was just the marathon was just on TV the other day too.
Oh yeah, that's right. The bad guy computer hacker guy in this movie, who's played by Jimmy Simpson, which now I can't picture him without the robe on as that really nasty guy on
like the
what's the name?
Inbred guy from
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's so gross on there. I can't really even. But anyway. His character in this movie, because he's all eccentric and he's got the lollipops and stuff. And I'm like, this is totally that guy, the annoying black guy that I cannot stand in Die Hard.
Yeah, that is true. It almost reminded me of an 80s action movie.
It was a nice throwback movie.
So it definitely... That's when movies were the best, so it kind of...
Yeah, and those are always my favorite types of movies.
Exactly, yeah. Which is, like I was saying about Pineapple Express, they're in the same kind of... That's more of a comedy, but they went to that old school, like...
Yeah, and there was action in there.
comedy thing, and I think that works nowadays, especially.
Yeah, when it's done well, it's great. I love it. I wanted to talk about some of the cheesy lines and the funny parts in this movie, because there was actually a lot more funny parts than I thought there would be. I think maybe my favorite is when they're running into the car and Jamie Foxx, the president, goes into the back of the car and Channing Tatum's like, "Why are you getting in the back?" I really found that funny for some reason. There were a couple that didn't work for me. The one in the commercial, and this was what really turned me off of the commercial, actually, is when Jamie Foxx has his sneakers on so he can run around, and the bad guy's trying to pull his leg, and he's kicking him in the face. He's like, "Get your hands off of my Jordans."
Yeah.
I didn't like that part.
No.
Like it was
like too on the nose. I think.
Yes, exactly. Really, really on the nose. At the end of the movie, when James Woods says something about, like, "I really wish the pen were mightier than the sword, but it's not." And then later on, Jamie Foxx whips out his calligraphy pen. So he turns, and Jamie Foxx takes his pen, and he goes, "I choose the pen," and he stabs him in the neck. Those two parts, I was just kind of like, oh boy.
But to me, in a way, it almost seemed like Jamie Foxx was purposely going for that, because he's obviously like a comedy like legend at this point. Like that's where he started. Yeah. And the fact that Channing Tatum was almost funnier than him, which is weird, because he's not... I mean, he's funny, but you can tell he never thought he was probably going to be in the comedy
nobody
world.
thought he was funny or nobody knew that he could be funny until 21 Jump Street.
and that I thought it was mostly just the writing, because Jonah Hill's so hilarious and he wrote the script, so I thought, oh, it's just, anybody could be funny saying those words. But he is obviously funny. He's got good
comedic timing,
yeah.
And he's a good sport.
Exactly. So that's what I'm like, when I was watching it, I'm like, it's so weird that Channing Tatum's funnier than Jamie Foxx right now, when he's like known for being so funny. But I guess because he's been doing serious roles for so long now, maybe he forgot how to be funny or something.
Yeah. I'll be honest though, I haven't seen a lot of his more serious. Like, I never saw Ray. I didn't see that other one with Robert Downey Jr., The Soloist, I think it might have been called.
I just realized?
What?
That, what's her name? Kerry Washington plays his wife in Ray, and then she plays his wife in Django. Like, that clicked in my head just now. That's funny.
And she... God, what is her name? Garcelle.
Oh, yeah.
The one who plays the first lady.
I know what you mean.
I can't remember what movie, but I know they were in a movie together too.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't actually have any scenes.
Yeah,
together.
she must have flown in for like 5 minutes. Hey, you want to?
They shot his stuff in like 2 hours, I think.
Exactly. But that too, I was happy that they didn't do a whole subplot with like, and they kidnapped his daughter or something, because that's been done like a million times.
Yeah,
so
and you already have Channing Tatum's daughter running around too. So.
And I'm happy that they made note of the fact, like when they were talking about the people that James Woods like hired. I like that they were like, and this guy is like a leader of some white supremacist group.
Yeah, I like that they were all homegrown.
Exactly,
yeah.
and I like that they made note of that because obviously we have a half black president now, and people don't like him for that. I'm happy that they made note of that. There would be people that didn't like him because he was black. Yeah,
it's definitely more of a left-leaning movie, I'll say.
Exactly.
Which is kind of funny because a lot of super action movies, especially old action movies, they're, pro-gun, pro-every, all that kind of stuff. So that, and then, I mean, we're both extremely left-leaning, so it fit with us.
Yes, very much so.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And then I like that it wasn't he wasn't doing it just for money, or James Woods wasn't just doing it for money, and then so there's a little bit more going on
and even
there.
at the end when he was like, no, I'm happy that you sent him into that. I wish you would have finished it, because I thought it was going to be, oh, well, my son got killed and now I'm mad at you, because it's like, your son was in the army, dude. Like, he's going to wind up probably dying. So.
Yeah.
So that's good that they switched that, too. What do you think about everybody saying that Jamie Foxx was trying to act too white as a black president?
That's that whole thing that we hate. No, I think he was fine. I don't have any problems with that. I think a lot of people that are like that are just a little bit ignorant. So
a little bit, yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I was really sad to see, or not sad, I was a bit disappointed to see that it didn't do well at all. And I think probably the reasoning for that is a lot of like us, like how we felt, like you see the trailer and you're just like, oh, that looks so cheesy.
Yeah.
And there was Olympus Has Fallen, just came out, in like March or something?
Yeah.
So I guess that's probably why, because I think
it was bad marketing on their point.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think you should go see it. As long as you know that you are going to see an over-the-top action movie that's funny, you'll be fine.
Mostly a comedy, I would think. It's not like a drama. I think it's like an action comedy. I don't think it's not very action serious, comedy. Really. There's not really...
it's very over the top, and like even like this director, what's his name, Roland Emmerich. I don't know. I mean, he did Independence Day and 2012 and stuff like that. That's his style, and I mean, I didn't see 2012, but I can imagine what it would be like. But yeah, it is what you think it's going to be, but it's a little bit better, I'd say.
Yeah, it's definitely better. Because I definitely came in with no. I was like, well, whatever, it's free, so I'm going to watch it. And it wound up being good. So I'll probably buy it when it comes out on DVD.
Oh, I'll definitely buy it. Exactly. Blu-ray, I'll buy it on Blu-ray.
I feel like it's going to be one of those like Austin Powers type of movies where when it was in the movie theater, it didn't do that great. But then when it comes out, people will rent it. And then we'll watch it, and then it'll be kind of like Pitch Perfect in that way. Because that one, it was in the movie theater, it didn't do that great. Yeah. But now everybody likes it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll do good once it goes on to do. I'm sorry, excuse me. Do well. Yes.
I got A's in English. Thank you very much.
I did too. Okay, moving on. You said you saw Lawless, right? You haven't seen that before.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been after her for quite a while to see Lawless because I really, really enjoy that movie.
And I don't know. I just didn't watch it. I thought it was depressing, so I'm like, I don't want to watch it because I don't feel like crying today.
Well, a little note to you and to our listeners. There are depressing movies that I like, but I usually am not like, oh, you gotta see this. I'll just be like, oh, it's a good movie, but you never need to watch it again. If I say that, then it's depressing.
Actually, now that I think about it, most of the movies that I really love are pretty depressing. Like, they're the ones I have to turn them off at the end and pretend that something else happened. That's funny. Now that I think it's always love movies too. I always like the tragic
you're
love
romantic.
Movies.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. And they always have Leonardo DiCaprio in them. So weird.
Leonardo DiCaprio is. I mean, he's Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, he's Jack Dawson. So
he is.
He's Jay Gatsby.
Did you see that thing on I think it was on Tumblr or something, where it said that Jack Dawson survived the Titanic and moved to Easter Island or whatever and became Jay Gatsby. I was like, yes, that's how I'm going to always think of it for the rest of my life.
That's how it happened. It all makes sense.
He really did just kind of, he survived.
He made it.
He woke up and swam away.
Yeah, and he was on the other ship, the other rescue ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, exactly. We've got it figured out now. But no.
Close.
Yeah, exactly. What did you think of Lawless?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, only because I didn't really know what I was expecting.
Were you just going to see it for the actors? Because I'll be honest, that's what I went. I went to see it because it was Gary Oldman.
Well, yeah. I mean,
from the love of my life, Tom Hardy and Jessica Chastain.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to swoop in there a little bit because when I first saw him, I was like, he looks like a leprechaun.
Yeah,
he has bad teeth.
She was not into Tom Hardy at all.
Well, because when you first look at him, he's not conventionally attractive.
Yeah, I guess
like
so.
Legitimate, and he's always in movies that I don't.
Well, yeah, he's in a lot of movies that you wouldn't have really any interest in.
Or even when I saw him in movies, it's like I saw him in the Warrior.
Warrior,
movie.
yeah, the
Warrior.
Or the MMA,
and he was like
MMA
mean
fighter.
in it, so I didn't think anything of it. And he was way too muscular for me. And then like in Inception, I was busy looking at everybody else in that movie that I wasn't really paying attention to him because I didn't even know who he was then.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, that guy looks good in a suit. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt's over there, so I'm going to go look at him.
Right, exactly. See, I came out of Inception. I was like, I need to find out who that British man was.
Yeah.
Let me get on IMDb real quick.
But yeah, I always find that I have a hard time understanding him when he doesn't do his
mutters
normal
a bit.
accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like in Lawless, I'm like, what? What is he saying? Like I had to put like the subtitles on. I'm like, I can't understand anything he's saying.
Yeah.
But and the one thing I do have to say, which is my biggest pet peeve in mostly all movies, is that the girls never seem to get dirty. Ever. Never. Ever. Like, Jessica Chastain is so beautiful.
She is, yes.
Like, I think if I ever met her, I would turn into a lesbian just right then. I'd be like, Jesus.
She is gorgeous. Like, I love her hair. Perfect. And yeah. She's a good actress.
Like, why is your skin so perfect when you live? Like, you would be sweaty.
She takes care of her skin.
I don't even think, they didn't look like they even had faucets. Like, all of the boys were dirty and disgusting constantly.
Yeah, and had
the blue Paul Newman, what's his name?
Jason Clarke
didn't look like he bathed for years.
Well, he had too much of the moonshine.
Oh, that too. Yeah, he was like a hot mess in that movie.
His hair was always like sticking up and stuff.
I read that on IMDb that Shia LaBeouf was like was getting into his character too much, and
really?
that Mia
Wasikowska?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even gonna attempt that last name.
I think it's Wasikowska.
That she was about to quit because she couldn't deal with working with him. Yeah, that's funny.
We are getting so off topic.
Sorry,
folks. Anyway. So yeah, you enjoyed Lawless. That's good. Oh, you know who else? I can't believe I didn't even mention him before. It was Guy Pearce. Wasn't he crazy in that movie?
Yes. I was like, you need to calm down, sir.
And get some eyebrows.
Yes. And like, he must have shaved his part or something. Yeah. Nobody's part is that severe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor, though.
I love Guy Pearce. I think he's very underrated.
He's in like every movie also.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies. And he's great at accents.
I never knew he wasn't American.
Oh, yeah. He's, was he Australian? Yeah.
Australians are the best. I'm going to put this on record. Australians are the best actors.
They are.
They are. They just are.
They are. They're chameleons.
They really are. Like, they're really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to move there and
find We need to
if there's any Australians listening.
We need to go on Walkabout.
Exactly. That would be great.
We would stick out so bad.
I don't care. You've been there. We can go.
But see, I went as a child. I need to go as an adult.
Exactly, because it's probably so fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
But anyway,
the movie was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. I was kind of crazy. I like kind of flipped out in the theater because I thought that Tom Hardy got killed.
I literally gasped. Like I was looking at my phone and then I looked up and I was like, oh! I was like, what? Wait. What just happened? I'm like, wait, he's going to wake up. I'm like, this is going to be a dream sequence. And I was going to go on IMDb and read the synopsis and spoil it for myself, but I stopped myself.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to spoil
yourself. Because I do that
yourself.
a lot.
Yeah, didn't you read the last page of Harry Potter when you got the book?
Yes, I did. I read the.
I can't do that. I love to get surprised.
I know. Now thinking about it, it's like, man, it definitely like ruined an entire moment of life for me.
More power to you, I guess. I don't know.
Why was Gary Oldman in that movie? Because he didn't they could have picked any
he was
person.
In 11 minutes of the movie, maybe. Yeah,
I
was hoping he'd be in it more. Yeah,
and then they just he didn't seem to care that they stopped giving him booze. I feel like that would have been a problem for him.
Yeah,
and he would have killed. That's what I'm like. Oh, now Gary Oldman's going to kill
any
them
minute
because
he's going to drive up.
Because
yeah,
they're not giving him the moonshine anymore. And then that never happened. And I was like, oh, okay, well,
yeah, well, never mind.
All right, yeah. Although Tom Hardy should have died 17 times. In that movie.
That's a tall tale right there.
I guess that's why they were saying people think he's immortal. I guess
right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good movie. I'm glad you finally saw it. I finally saw the HBO movie, the Liberace movie, called Behind the Candelabra. With you have to say it that way. I mean, that word is just so la 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 la.
It's so Liberace.
Yes,
I thought it was Liberace my whole life.
Liberace, that's how you spell it. Liberace, yeah. I will be honest. I didn't know a damn thing about Liberace. I just knew that he was gay. And he's very flamboyant.
Eccentric.
Or, yeah, exactly. His very, wrong word, sorry. So, yeah, I went in and watched this movie, and it's got Michael Douglas is playing Liberace, and then Matt Damon is playing Scott. I can't remember his name, but he's his lover, and it's, this
I thought
chunk
Matt
of years.
Damon was playing Liberace.
Oh, no, it's Michael Douglas.
Oh.
Michael Douglas.
Isn't he significantly older?
Well, he is, but Liberace was significantly older than the guy, Scott.
Oh, so they don't... It's only about his life when he's older?
Yeah, it's not about his whole life. And it's... Because the movie is based on a memoir or a book that this guy wrote.
Why do people always do that? That bothers me.
I mean, and the movie was good. I'm glad I finally got to see it. They did a really good job. I thought Matt Damon was really good in it, and Michael Douglas was too. Again, I've never seen Liberace on anything, but I'm assuming his mannerisms and stuff were correct.
I saw him on Oprah once.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'll have to YouTube him or something. But the acting was really good. It was a little bit predictable. It's like, oh, well, now this is going to happen. And,
I mean, it's based on a true story.
It is. So, I mean, they can't really, change up stuff. So,
and then he didn't die. No.
Right, yeah, the predictability I'll forgive, basically. But, yeah, I thought it was really good. There are a bunch of people in this movie that I had no idea were in it. Like, Rob Lowe is in it. He plays a plastic surgeon.
I think I heard that he was in that.
Yeah, he looks crazy. But he plays the role really well.
He could be a plastic surgeon. Have you seen his face?
He's gorgeous.
He doesn't seem to age.
And then the other one that really surprised me was Dan Aykroyd. I haven't seen him in anything in forever, and he plays Liberace's manager or financial supervisor or something like that. I don't remember exactly what his title was, but he was good in it. But I just was completely I'm like, whoa, that's Dan Aykroyd. I haven't seen him in forever. He doesn't really
just
act
on
a whole
Saturday
lot.
Night Live.
Oh, well, but I mean that doesn't
just
really
saying.
count. That's not a movie though.
Yeah, but I mean he got really big.
He did. Yeah, he's
big.
a bit large. But him, and then also you probably don't know who this is, but Paul Reiser. He's in
Paul
one.
Reiser.
Oh, you do?
Is.
Okay, I wasn't sure. If you, I don't know.
Don't underestimate my skills.
All right, Maria's bringing it, so yay! Got someone who can keep up with me here.
Who is that?
Oh,
no, I do know who it is,
really?
but is he the one with the dark hair?
He was in Mad About You.
An Alien.
And Aliens, yes.
Aliens.
Yeah. He's in the movie for one scene. He's Matt Damon's lawyer. But I was like, oh, shoot. I thought he, retired or whatever. But he's in this one scene. So, yeah, I like the movie. It was good. A little predictable, but what can you do?
Watch that.
Yeah, it's on HBO. I also finished catching up on Luther because there's 2 seasons of that, and they just started their 3rd and final season. I was like, oh, great, because the new season starts, blah, blah, blah. But I realized the new season starts over in Britain.
Wait, isn't that the one with Idris Elba?
Yeah, that's pretty much why I started watching it.
How does he have time to still do TV shows? I thought that show was an old show.
I don't know exactly when they film it, but...
Because he seems pretty busy. He's in a lot of things. And apparently he's going to be James Bond, so who knows?
Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
Don't get me started on that. Ooh. I have a problem with that. I really do. I can't help it.
I am all for it.
Nope, I'm not. I'm not about it. I'm just not. Although I
Get
read
with the times.
I read that Superman, Henry Cavill, which I've learned I've been saying his name wrong for a long time.
I said it wrong the other week.
I thought it was Cavill, but
So
it's apparently Cavill.
Henry Cavill, okay.
It was hit between him and Daniel Craig to play James Bond. And
Really?
Daniel Craig. But they said he was too young, so.
Yeah, I guess he's a little young.
Well, they were going to go younger because it was a prequel, or supposed to be a prequel.
So for Casino Royale. You mean,
yeah,
okay.
They were going to go for that, and then.
Oh, okay.
They went with the.
Because I think Henry Cavill, isn't he like my age? Like late 20s?
I don't know, but he's perfect, so.
Yeah, he is pretty.
He's dating
nice.
Haley Cuoco, first of all. I hope they break up.
Wait, what the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
Luther,
sorry.
So anyway, yeah, so I was a little disappointed to figure that out, that it's premiering over in the UK. My British friend said, why don't you just watch it online? But I don't really want to watch it online. I've gotten kind of spoiled. So I'll just wait, because the third season is going to premiere on BBC America in September. So I'll watch it then.
I don't think I've ever watched BBC.
I haven't either. It'll be a first for me.
I don't. There's like this new trend with British people lately. I don't know.
So you're not a fan of Downtown Abbey?
I literally said that, and everyone's like, "It's Downton."
Yeah, it's like,
Okay,
I'm sorry,
you need
I
to
didn't
take
know.
the extra W out of there. Then I don't know if that's how you spell it. I don't know.
Whatever. I
That just
didn't
looks.
know. Yeah.
Although I probably would like it because I like period things like that.
Well, you could try it out. I think it's on Netflix.
It looks horribly boring.
It does, yeah.
not gonna be
Not
doing
my
that.
cup of tea, really.
No pun intended.
Aha, exactly. Oh, a little birdie told me that you're going to be starting Game of Thrones soon.
Yes, I am, because everybody won't shut up about it. So I'm like...
Jumping on the bandwagon?
No, because honestly, all of my favorite television shows anyway have been shows that I was like, I'm never watching this show. I hate it. It's stupid. I'm not going to like it. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
And every time I wind up loving them. The perfect example of that is Sons of Anarchy, which...
Yes. We all know that is Tina's favorite show on TV currently.
That is Maria's favorite show.
And it is Maria's favorite show also.
On television. And not only, and I'll admit, I watched it. One, because you told me to, and I generally take your word on things. But because, I mean, obviously I watched it because Charlie Hunnam is a beautiful man.
Yes, a lovely blonde, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'll watch it. But then, remember that day? I think I was sick or something, and I was off work, and we watched. I was like, okay, let's watch it. And then I'm like, okay, let's watch another one.
Yeah.
And then I kept watching it, and then like 2 days later, I was done with all 4 seasons.
Yeah, you text me or I called you, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm done. I said, whoa.
I was like I remember I was like, the next day I was getting ready for work, like putting my makeup on the mirror and like watching it. And it was like the episode with Piney, and I was like, what's happening? I need to know.
Yeah, oh man, I love that show. Like,
that
I can't.
and Scandal, I was like, I'm never gonna watch Scandal. I was like, that show's stupid. And then I watched it, and I'm like, I need to know what's gonna happen next. Like,
yeah, I wanna get into Scandal.
Oh my god, it's so good. You know. I hate Shonda Rhimes, but I love Scandal.
Yeah, well, I like Kerry Washington and Tony Goldwyn. So
Tony Goldwyn.
Ooh, Tony Goldwyn. With that
He's
voice.
bona fide.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I like.
He's
Tony Goldwyn.
Tarzan. Who
He
everybody in my family knows that I had a secret crush on Tarzan, the cartoon character, when I was a child.
But yeah, I do want to get into Scandal. I just haven't yet.
You should. But yes, I want to get into Game of Thrones. And I'll watch it. My friend Heather wants to watch it with me, so I'm going to wait for her, and we'll watch it.
Well, it's probably
together.
on demand, so you'll be able to catch up pretty easily. But yeah, it's good. I recommend it.
Well, yeah. I definitely think so.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I was going to say, because my brother he said he was going to be on it, and I don't know if that ever even happened, or if he was even in a scene.
Yeah.
But I mean, he flew out there to film it, so.
I remember I was searching through the episodes. I'm like, I gotta find him.
Yeah.
But there's so many people, so he was probably an extra.
Exactly.
And a lot of the extras wearing helmets and stuff. So
Exactly, yeah.
So anyway.
So, but it just made me curious to the show. Like, well, I mean, I gotta see what he's doing. So.
Right.
And I don't want to just watch like one episode and not know what's going on.
Yeah, you won't know.
I'm not
anything.
a man like that. Man can just like watch something and not care. I'm like, I need to know the history and backstory of every single
now why
person.
is she acting
Exactly.
that? Exactly.
It just makes me curious, and then I have to go backwards.
Keep going. Well, definitely try as hard as you can to avoid spoilers, because there are some major ones.
Yeah. Whenever I
cool.
see it on Tumblr or anything, I keep
Oh,
scrolling.
God. Yeah, good idea.
By the way, don't ever get a Tumblr because you will be addicted to it. That's all.
That's all I have to say about that. Now, another show I know you watch, which I don't really know anything about, is called Twisted.
Okay, so let me break Twisted down for you real quick.
Okay, yeah.
The guy, I think his name is Avon Jovia, is how you say it, or Jogia. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
He reminds me of a young Johnny Depp.
Oh.
And a lot of other people too, so I'm not the only one.
Oh, okay.
But he's like tan and he has gorgeous hair. If anybody knows him, you know about his hair. But yeah.
Oh.
But he like killed someone when he was younger,
Uh-huh.
his aunt, and then they're now in high school and he had these two best friends and
Mm-hmm. So it's him just getting adjusted or whatever?
well, yeah, because the first episode, one of the girl's other best friends gets killed. So everybody automatically assumes he did it.
So is this a drama or?
It's like a drama mystery. Like every week,
okay.
like it's kind of like who killed the girl and why did he kill his aunt? And
he's
all
on
that.
the lam.
He's just. There was just like a very long soccer scene last week
Uh-huh.
for no reason, but I liked
they have
it.
to kill 10 minutes, I guess. So.
That, and I'm pretty sure Twitter exploded because.
So he's getting quite a following then.
Yes, he just reached 1 million Twitter followers.
Wow, that's
Yes.
a big feat.
It's a big deal.
I think Damsels in Debate has 15.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is really
exactly.
exciting. Well, now
this is
I'm
big
on
news.
here, so it's probably going to go up to at
Oh,
least
shoot, yeah.
25.
Come on, 25. Yay.
That's my lucky number and my favorite number, so
Oh, well,
I'll
yeah,
make
we
sure
want
that
25.
happens. Yeah, definitely.
What channel does that show come on?
Okay, so it comes on ABC Family, but don't judge it because of that. Because it's really corny and terrible, but it's so corny and terrible that it works for the show.
There's a lot
Mom
of
watched
shows
it
like
with
that.
me, and she didn't like yell at me. Like, she was watching it, and she was asking me questions like, what is
So she was
that
interested.
person?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was into it. So, don't judge. It's like White House Down.
Right.
Full circle moment. Don't judge. Don't judge it.
Brought it back. That was a
Based
good
on-
one. Yeah.
Thank you. I know. I'm like just a natural at this. Really.
Yeah, you should come on more often.
I know.
You know, I'm definitely going to have you on when Sons starts back up because Vanessa doesn't watch Sons, and I need to vent about that show.
Yes, and I also thought of what you asked me earlier in the day about what movies I was excited for.
Oh, we're kind of winding down with the big summer blockbuster movies. We've got, Pacific Rim is this coming week, which pretty excited about that one. For
Sons
loads
fans
of
will like
reasons.
that too.
Yeah, and just I can't even I'm so excited about that movie.
The movie seems to me like if Avatar and
Godzilla,
Cloverfield had a baby.
yeah, Cloverfield. Yeah,
That's what it seems like to me.
I have high hopes for it. I hope it's good. I don't know if it'll actually do well.
I don't care about
but
that.
I
We're the
personally
only
care
people
about
that matter. So
Right, exactly. But besides that, there's the Ryan Reynolds movie, the Wolverine.
There's
movie.
one that we forgot, which
Oh, what?
I don't know how I did that.
Well, now I said summer movies.
Oh.
So you were gonna say Catching Fire.
I was
weren't
going
you?
to say Catching Fire
Well,
because I'm
Thor,
like,
too.
how did I not think
No,
of
but
that?
those come out at the
Were
end
you
of the
saying
year.
Thor 2 or Thor also?
No, Thor 2, 2, the sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, no, excuse me, Thor: The Dark World.
That
right?
look, I feel like they're trying to kill off all the Avengers' girlfriends, by the way. I feel like they're trying to do that. Because I don't think they like that. Not that they did, but I feel like that's happening. Because before I saw Iron Man 3, I was like, they're going to kill Pepper Potts because
Pepper?
the Pepper Potts. It's a silent K. And I thought they were going to do that, and then they didn't. But it seems like they're trying to get the females out of there.
You sure they're not trying to give you a 52 fake out?
Yeah, I think they are trying to do that, actually. Because in the trailer for Thor, it looks like Natalie Portman's going to die.
Yeah, she looks like she's in peril in the commercials.
She's also seems to be way too busy and way too important to be in that movie, so I don't know.
But hey, look at that job, though.
Right?
You get Chris Hemsworth running after you.
I love that she fell in love with a dude from a movie, but it wasn't him. It was some scrawny dancer. Like,
right,
really?
from Black
That was already
Swan.
married.
Well, the heart wants what it wants, I guess.
Yeah. She has a baby now out of it, so it worked out for her.
Aw. Well, there's a couple of horror movies coming up. I know you're not into horror movies.
know.
So, really?
We don't play that game.
Yeah.
I don't like
Summer
that.
movie-wise, I think it's pretty much the last hurrah, at least for me. Right?
Which is weird because
we're only in July. But August is typically the dumping ground for, like, the schlocky summer movies.
I don't know what schlocky means because I'm
Kinda
pretty
like,
sure that's
bleh.
not a word.
People say it. It is a word.
That was the worst word I ever heard.
People say that? That's a word?
Schlocky.
Schlocky.
Ooh, I'm going to start saying that now.
Anyway.
That's a real schlocky shirt you're wearing.
It's like dumpy. Not good.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, anyway, so far, what would you say is your favorite movie this summer?
The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby.
Hands down.
You know, technically, I think that came out in May.
I don't care. No, because, well, technically it should have come out like 4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like...
It was supposed to come out on Christmas, I think,
yeah,
wasn't it?
and then it didn't.
They moved it.
But I'm
yeah.
so happy because it was worth every waiting moment of my life. Because I wasn't a big fan of high school, and I had to read that book in high school senior year, which was the worst year because I had mentally checked out of that place. And but I actually read that, and I read
Tale of Two Cities.
No, my favorite book, and now I can't even think of the name.
The Catcher in the Rye.
Yes, thank you. The Catcher in the Rye. And those were the two books that
got you through.
They just got me through it. Like, they were the best. And that's what kind of made me like reading again. That and the Harry Potter books.
Right. Well, I think that goes across the board for anybody that read Harry
yes,
Potter.
because those are the Bible to my generation of people, our generation.
Right, yeah.
I saw this thing and it said, we're the Potter generation. I was like, that makes me feel so beautiful. Like, I love that.
Or the Potter. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay,
and people have the Deathly Hallows, like, triangle thingy.
Uh-huh.
And then it says always, but that's the A. I was like, I have to have that tattoo. But
That's
anyway.
nice. Anyway, yes.
That was one of my favorite books, reading it. And we watched the Robert Redford version, but he just doesn't have the...
He just doesn't have it.
No, and especially the girl who plays... what's her face? What's her name?
Eve.
That's not her name. Eve. Where did that come from?
That's the first name I thought of. I have no idea.
No, now my brain doesn't work today. What is her name?
Anyway,
I want to say
Mulligan.
Zelda, but I know that's not
Well,
right.
that's definitely not it. Anyway, we know who you're talking about.
Yes. Although that's going to drive me crazy.
She didn't have the same
No,
presence.
she was just like annoying. Like, because
yeah.
that character isn't the best character. Like, she's kind of horrible.
Well, yeah, I could tell that in this new movie.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's what I mean. And when he wrote the book, he wrote it based on people that he knew. So, and it was kind of like he was kind of saying, this is how Hollywood is at the time, and like how ridiculous it is, and all these people think that they're in this life. That's what the whole green light thing is about. Like,
right.
everybody thinks that they're going after this one thing, but that thing doesn't even exist.
Oh,
And
chasing a dream.
yeah, because he's supposed
okay.
to be Nick Carraway, like.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
His point of view. And like, she's just terrible. She's like a terrible person.
Yeah.
And but at least in this version of it, Carey Mulligan, who's not my favorite actress at all, I think she's dumpy and stupid, but whatever. She actually made her at least like you at least believe that Gatsby would go through all of this trouble for her. Whereas in the old one, it's like she's like annoying. Why would anybody go through all this trouble and lie and try to make all this money for somebody who's like not even great? But she at least made her somebody that you would think that somebody would do all of this crazy stuff for.
Okay.
And
I have no basis for comparison because I didn't read the book and I haven't seen the Robert Redford movie. So I'll take your word
my
for
word
it.
on it that Leonardo DiCaprio was like, I'm not kidding. It's like they made him like at a factory and then designed him to play Jay Gatsby because he was. I can't even. As somebody who loves that book so much, like I could cry thinking about it because he's so good.
When we one of our first podcasts we did and we reviewed The Great Gatsby, and I was like, when the hell is Leonardo DiCaprio going to show up in this movie?
Oh my god, is
and
that not the best reveal in any movie?
The hair
of
on my
life?
arm stood up. I was like, oh, okay.
Because I knew it was coming, and I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. And then I'm like, and then his little smile, and I was like, oh, God. It's so amazing. And just Baz Luhrmann, like, people don't like Baz Luhrmann movies for some reason, but I just think they're so beautiful. Like, and especially,
I like them.
Especially that movie, because it's set in the 20s, which were such a theatrical time period anyway. And then to take it, it's just... It's the best movie like ever in life.
I remember I heard about the movie and I was like, whatever, I don't care. And then I saw the commercial and I was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting.
And I love how because Jay-Z was the music producer for the movie, so like obviously no wonder the music, because I love how they take new music and fit it so that it's.
I love the soundtrack. I thought they did it. The things that I didn't like about that movie were more storyline issues, and that you can't really do a whole lot because it's based off of this book.
And as a movie that's based off of a book, they did amazing, because like even having the words of the book on the screen, like those, like it's literally from the book. So,
yeah.
It's just
so but the way it looked and was shot and acted, I think we're all aces.
It's like it was like a moment.
I thought Joel Edgerton did really well in that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people said he wasn't right, but I thought he worked perfect.
Yeah, I really liked him in there.
The only person I thought was miscast was Isla Fisher. I don't think she should have been cast.
Oh, like who just?
I just pictured more of like a Marilyn Monroe type of person. Obviously, not her, but that type of woman.
You could get that girl from Smash who was playing.
No, she's terrible. Somebody more like Christina Hendricks. I think she would have been great in that role.
Okay.
Because not even the curviness of it, but she needed to be somebody that was very like extra sexy and extra like
oozes all that
exactly
stuff.
like oozes sex appeal. And Isla Fisher kind of just made her seem stupid in a way, and it's like she's not
annoying. Like,
she's not like annoying. She's a smart girl. She's just obviously stuck in a life that she doesn't want to be in. So
true, yeah.
Actually, Christina Hendricks should have been cast in that role.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm going to need the producers.
See, I like playing casting director. Yeah, that's the job I want. Besides editing, I love editing. But if I could take any job, I'd want to be a casting director. Yeah. I'd be pretty good at it.
And Tobey Maguire does not. I don't like. People don't give him enough credit. I don't think. Like
really?
I never hear. Oh, he was like, because he was really, really good in that, and he fit that role like really great. And I don't think people give him. And I love that like him and Leonardo DiCaprio are like best friends.
Yeah,
and that's just so cute to me.
They've been hanging out for a while.
Exactly, since they were like kids.
Yeah. I okay. So that's your favorite movie this summer so far?
That's like my favorite. That's like my top 4 favorite movies ever.
Okay.
So yeah. So good.
So, well, all right. This was a good summer for you then.
It was. Well, when you said you got those, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I have to bring Maria to this screening.
Because I would have I don't care. I would have paid like $50 to go see it, because I knew it would have been great. So.
And we saw it in 3D.
Oh my God, yes. So good.
That's awesome. Well, taking in a totally different route here. We're coming pretty much towards the end of our podcast, but I wanted to make a quick note on True Blood, since we both do watch that show. You saw this last week's episode, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Your thoughts?
Well, okay, so what had happened is that, as you know, I decided to never watch True Blood again after the last craptastic season.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of the fans of the show were like, nope, not gonna do that. But I was like, okay, you know what? I can't stop something, because I always have to know what happens, because I don't like open endings. So I'm like, I have to know. So I watched it, and the first episode got me intrigued enough that I was like, okay,
it wasn't god awful.
It wasn't terrible.
You're right.
And I like that he wasn't like Bill. I mean, wasn't like crazy. At least, I mean, he's
I thought
crazy
he was,
kind of, but at least he wasn't like he was talking and stuff.
Right.
Normal. So that's good.
Yeah.
But I kind of have the same thing that you do, that I find that people aren't likable on the show anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't care about anybody anymore. And especially Alcide, I've noticed, is like the worst. Like, I don't know what happened to him, but he just turned into a big douchebag all of a sudden.
Like all of a sudden, I'm like, where did this come from? Yeah. And now that he's like that, I don't give a shit about the werewolves.
And that girl, oh no, she's so annoying.
Who the hell
Somebody
is she?
To kill. I'm like, that's what I mean. Every time I watch the show, every like scene, I'm like, oh, somebody needs to kill them. Like, they need to just go away. I can't take it. Although the British Eric's sister or whatever seems to be a little bit less, I guess, because she's not really on it.
Yeah.
She seems to be a lot less annoying.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, so she's going to actually be on the show now. Because I didn't like her at all last season. I'm like, she's very pretty and she's got an interesting voice.
Rachel Weisz.
Oh, yeah. From
like her
Mummy.
face looks like that to me.
So, yeah, I guess she's going to be around for a while. I don't know.
Which, speaking of, the whole taking the general, the governor's daughter thing, I'm like, okay. If Eric starts to fall in love with her, I'm going to be like, nope, I can't. Because I can't take people. It's like the Grey's Anatomy thing where everybody is sleeping with everybody.
Everybody has to be coupled up.
Seriously? Like, can somebody just be like alone? Like, now Sam, I guess, is like the lone... He's the lone wolf.
He's like the only person. Him and Lafayette are like the only two I care about.
And I'm happy that Lafayette is Lafayette again. Like, because he wasn't for the past couple seasons.
He's back to being a supporting character, which I think is correct. They should keep him that way.
And I like that he's back to being his old, like, flamboyant self, because that's why everybody loved him in the first place.
Exactly.
So that's really good. Yeah, definitely.
Totally. Also, I hope that the governor's daughter and Nora aren't in any scenes together because they look exactly alike.
Don't they? I was like, are they sisters? Because they have the same face. I don't know who cast them.
Yeah, because when he walked into Fantasia with the governor's daughter, I think he said, "Where's Nora?" And Pam's like, how the hell do I know? And I'm like, wait, oh, no. That's not her.
Exactly.
I like Eric now. He's back to being when he's not into Sookie and he's just being his cool loner self. That's like, because Eric used to be like my favorite character.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he started getting really into Sookie, I'm like,
The only thing I'm not digging with the whole Eric thing is him and Pam. I don't like that every single time they talk to each other. It's like,
a fight.
Do this. No, I don't want to. Well, do it. Okay. Like, it's like, oh, can you like, I feel like Tara. Like, why the heck are you listening to him? He's not your maker or whatever, master anymore. Like, do what you want to do. Like, go away then.
Yeah, I know. It's just
that's
like
kind of, because Pam was always awesome and she was very ballsy. So it's kind of like, why would she be like that? It doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, at this point, you're just like, whatever, just go to the next scene.
Exactly. And I when I was watching the first episode at the end, they had the thing about how Bill directed the first episode, and how he was saying, I thought it was really interesting how when she said, I rescind your invitation, how it was like very gentle, and he said, because normally it's like they fly out the house.
He just floats back.
Yeah, and he said it was because he did it on purpose because he thought like it should be the way that you say it to somebody is how you kind of go out. Because if it's in a mean, aggressive way, you're going to fly out of the house. But because she said it like in a gentle way, that he gently. And I was like, oh, see, he should direct every episode because he's a good director.
I'm good with that. I like that.
Yeah. Which on a side note, he accidentally slipped the other day and revealed his children's names, which he has not ever done.
Oh,
because he was like on an interview with E! News or something. They were like, what are you doing for Father's Day? And he was like, I'm going to hang out with Charlie and Poppy. And I'm like, well,
Charlie and Poppy.
Yeah, so that's his twins' names, which they're so cute.
Oh,
by the way,
that's adorable.
Yeah, but his daughter's name is his other daughter's name is Lily. I'm like, does he like flower names?
I guess so.
I guess he does. That's funny.
Oh, that's cute though. Yeah, Bill going out in the sun.
That was hilarious.
I
started actually like laughing out loud. I'm like, that's what you get, sucker.
And then Jessica's watching him. Jessica's
your
watching
best friend.
Yeah, she's my best friend. Yeah, we're friends. It's cool. When she was watching him from the window, and he just bursts into flames, and he's like,
oh. Yeah, he's like rolling around. She's like, oh god.
I'm like, why didn't he just sit on the porch with the front door open?
Yeah,
but no, he had to be all big and bad.
Well, because he's trying to test his.
But like Jessica said, Lilith was killed by the sun.
Yeah, she said there's something she was killed, so obviously she's not all powerful.
Right, exactly.
That lady,
can't mess with the sun.
She just bothers me with her big nipples, and it just
I
don't like it at all.
I don't like the whole Lilith thing at all.
Me neither. And they kind of I'm hoping they go more towards the whole like the humans going against the vampires thing, because that's a lot more interesting to me than the whole like Bill trying to be. I'm hoping that they play it so that Bill became God, so that he can help them.
Yeah, that's what it seems
take
like.
down the human race, which it's like, should I be rooting for them?
Yeah, well,
since I'm a human.
Yeah.
But whatever. There's no such thing as vampires, so
we'll just go with it. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Have you been to New Orleans lately?
No, I haven't.
I feel like if we have vampires in America, that's where they'd be.
Oh, definitely. So any of you vampires listening, We know about you.
We're on to you. And we're cool with it. We're fine with it.
Please, bite me, right now, because I want to be a vampire.
You don't want to hang out in the sun anymore?
Do I like the sun, T? I'm a dark-skinned woman. We do not like the sun.
I have I have such sensitive skin that it would probably help me out. Like if I didn't have to go out in the sun. Yeah.
Exactly.
I would miss seeing it though. I definitely have to make a sunroom.
You can see it. Just stay inside.
And be away from the window.
Well, whatever. I'm sure they could figure out something.
I would just make a sunroom like the Queen did. Queen Sophie Anne. Remember she had like her sunroom?
Did you know that Evan Rachel was pregnant? I didn't know that. She's like showing pregnant. I was like, oh,
that's
okay.
Cute, but yeah, surprising.
I
but
saw
cute.
that and I was like, oh, when did that happen?
Oh, that's adorable. Pregnancies.
Yeah, there's too many pregnant people. But yeah,
so True Blood's. We're sticking with it, see how it goes. It's not as bad as last season,
definitely,
but they just have so much to make up for with last season. I think that it's like, well, you're doing all right, but
I think they need to. I think they either need to get a new cast, which sounds terrible, they need to get rid of people and bring new people in.
Speaking of bringing new people in, what do you think of Mr. Generic Ferryman?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say no on that one because he's going to wind up being, he's probably going to wind up being like Warlow's son or something. And which they better hire somebody awesome to play Warlow, by the way.
Yeah.
They need to pick somebody like Jeff Goldblum. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I like Jeff Goldblum, so yeah, go ahead, sure. He's tall and dark, yeah.
No, I mean somebody
it'd be cool if they did some surprise casting, something they didn't release, because you knew the Rutger Hauer was going to be their grandfather because it was listed. Know that. Oh well, I mean it was on IMDb, but I'm saying if they had somebody really cool on there that they didn't market at all, that'd be kind of interesting. I think
it should be Kevin Spacey. I'm just kidding.
Sure,
it needs to be some scary big dude.
Yeah.
Somebody awesome.
Yeah,
that would be great.
It's hard when they build up a character and then you finally see them and they don't live up to your expectations. That's always a little
I also
hard.
think that they need a legitimate villain this season. Last season, there wasn't really a bad guy because they were all just kind of fighting each other. And then
I hated
the
last
season before that
so
was that
much.
stupid lady from
the witches lady.
Yeah, no.
Aunt Petunia, right?
Was she in the witches? No, that's funny because we both just said the witches. And I was thinking the witches, but because she was a witch. Not
the movie The Witches.
I know.
So, but the witches, the group, was it the Coven or whatever?
Yeah. She was annoying. And then I didn't like that she took over Lafayette. I don't like when they make people that you like bad.
Yeah,
that doesn't work out. Hunger Games. That doesn't work out at all. For me, personally, because I feel like you're trying to let me down easy.
Right.
I don't like that. And then the horn lady in the other one, the one who ruined Sookie's house, what was her name? The one that was on Star Trek or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like it's Marlena or
Oh, the main ad from the second season?
Yeah.
Oh, Marianne.
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like the last few seasons is can we have a good villain, a legit villain that's bad and wants to kill Sookie because she's the main character? And
well, I guess that's the Warlow guy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that turns into something a lot better.
Yeah,
and it brings everybody back together because I don't like this whole everybody not liking each
other
thing.
Yeah, and when they're all separated for so long.
And I just want her and Bill to be together because I think it's so cute that they're together in real life.
I think for the show, her and Bill should end up together. Now, do you? Vanessa told me because she actually read the book series, and the book series is now done. She ends up with Sam in the books. But the books at this point are completely different than the show.
Yeah.
So there's a very, very high chance that they won't end the same way. But I think on the show, her and Bill should end up together.
I gotta say, I wouldn't hate that only because she needs somebody that's normal.
Yeah.
In a sense. I mean, obviously.
Shape-shifting Sam.
Yeah. But I mean, he's like a good dude.
I like Sam.
Sam's like the guy that always had a crush on you that like would be like the best guy for you in the world.
Yeah.
But for some reason you just like don't like him.
Yeah, he's always
That's
getting crapped
Sam.
on the show.
Exactly.
All his girlfriends die or go away or
and he has a
bam.
horrible family and all of that. And he always has to be naked all the time. And he's always around these like extra muscular guys. And he's not really muscular. So
yeah.
I have a doesn't Doug like Sam?
Yes. Our brother likes Sam. Yeah. Sam is very cute. Yeah.
So I wouldn't hate that. I wanted him and I kind of liked him and Tara a little bit.
Me
but
too.
Now she's a vampire, so.
Yeah, I don't.
She still annoys me.
Yeah, but she's better now.
But she's married to a white guy, so I forgive her for everything.
Oh, in real life, I'm like, wait, what?
No, I don't like her being like a lesbian. I don't like.
I
think
that it's
to be a
forced
lesbian
on that show a little bit, but who
just
knows?
Like much of the things on that show are a little bit forced, like because I think it's the whole thing like with Heroes where they had a story that they were supposed to stick to, and then fans make things change.
Yeah,
and so I think that they have to kind of
they need to pick it up pick up what they
because obviously they've had to. Although I think what's going to happen is Sookie at the end of the show is going to use that big ball of light thingy, and it's going to make her fairy stuff go away.
So she'll be,
and then we won't deal with the fairy crap anymore because that's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I hate the fairy saloon that they.
I think that's why they killed off all of the fairies as well.
Well, I can't say I'm upset about that because I hate. Like when they went there, I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not too upset over that one. I've been saying that I think they need to shake up the show by killing off one or two characters, and a lot of people are very expendable. But if I had to pick, because you'd want somebody that is going to shake up the show, and it would be sad, and it would be like, whoa, but also somebody that doesn't really have a whole lot at stake right now. So my picks were Jason and Jessica, or Jessica. So everybody gives me that look when I say Jessica. I feel the same way. I love Jessica too, but I'm just saying, if you want to just shake up the show.
That's true. I think Jason is annoying.
He is.
I can't take it. I can't. So if he dies, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Right.
I think Tara needs to go.
Tara, okay.
But I don't think they will kill her because she already died once.
And
that gets old after a while.
Yeah.
That's how I can always tell when somebody's not going to die. I'm like, because if they were going to kill them, they would have just killed them when they killed them the first time, and they would have just been dead. So I don't think she's going to go anywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, the rumors are that Eric is going to be the one to get killed off, but I don't see how that happens.
I'd be extremely
If it did,
surprised.
it's because Alexander Skarsgård is too big of a celebrity now to be on that show anymore. I think that's the only way.
Not to sound mean, because I like him on that show, but no.
Maybe he thinks that anyway.
I have no idea, but I do think that they need a shakeup. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually follow through.
It'll probably be like Eric's sister, and it'll probably be all these secondary characters that don't really matter.
Alcide's new lady.
God, I hope she does. Actually, honestly, I hope Alcide needs to go. The whole wolves need to just go.
Yeah, Alcide has never. I keep wanting for him to be interesting.
Because he used to be awesome. But even back when he first came on, it's like I'm waiting for.
You're always waiting. It's like, oh, he's gonna do it.
Something's gonna happen now.
Nope.
I don't like this whole Twilight wolf. Like, that's why I like when the guy was like, so they can turn into wolves whenever they want or just during the full moon. Because apparently now the wolf thing doesn't, like, that's not a thing anymore. Like a werewolf.
Yeah, they're just some wolves.
Because I thought werewolves only turn during the full moon, but apparently that's not. Thanks, Twilight.
Yeah.
Twilight. Whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything. Next week, Vanessa should be back, so we'll be back to normal. And we are all going to see Pacific Rim, so we'll be able to talk about that. What?
I said yummy.
Oh, yeah, yummy. I can't wait for that movie. I'm super excited about it. So, yes, once again, thank you very much, Maria, for coming and filling in. Had a pretty good time. I hope you did, too.
No problem.
And all our usual stuff. If you want to give us any kind of feedback or movie suggestions or criticisms, critiques, anything, any kind of feedback would be much appreciated. Our email address is damselsindebate@mail.com. Wow, I can't believe I forgot our email address. Bodes well. Our website, where you can listen to all our podcast episodes, is damselsindebate.com. And we are also on iTunes, Damsels in Debate Podcasts. And we're also on Facebook and Twitter. So just search Damsels in Debate.
Instagram.
I do. Well, if Instagram would let you have 2 accounts in your app. No, it doesn't. You have to log out and then log back in. I'm not doing that every 5 seconds. So as soon as Instagram lets you have 2 accounts open on one app, we will be on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, wink,
we'll get
wink.
a Vine.
Well,
yeah, Vine's on its way out.
Exactly. All right, well, that wraps up this episode. I hope everybody had a very good 4th of July also. And we'll see you you'll hear us next week. Bye.